welcome to the NDTV Aircel Save Our Tigers campaign. This week, we're in the Boar Tiger Reserve. This is India's 47th Tiger Reserve, just declared last year. Boar just used to be a small wildlife sanctuary, just 60 square kilometers. But it turns out that it is in the heart of the Vidarbha tiger landscape in Maharashtra. The Vidarbha tiger landscape in Maharashtra is really well known for its bigger ticket parks, which is your Pench in Maharashtra, the Tadoba Andari Tiger Reserve, the Nagzira Navegaon Reserve, and also Melghat. But Boar turned out to be a small little hub in the heart of this tiger landscape. And not only is it a hub, but there are residential tigers here who have cubs who become like a source population, and then those animals move out into other areas.
Bird sounds fill my ears. It's muggy and the dampness of the summer air here presses down on me. We're walking with the tiger patrolling team in the Boar Tiger Reserve. In the jungle, one tries to be as silent as one can be, listening intently to the sounds around in order to be aware of anything else non-human that is moving in the bushes. The undergrowth in the forests are lush and visibility is not great. Here the ears are a bigger asset than the eyes. The tiger patrolling team work in shifts, covering large areas of the sanctuary on foot, following the tiger in order to ensure their safety and well-being. This area is a territory to a female tiger with 4 cubs. Watchers are set up on the trees facing different directions in order to get a sense of where the family might be. Once spotted, everyone maintains a respectable distance, allowing the family to relax and not feel hemmed in, or for the mother to feel like her cubs are in danger. This afternoon, the mother was away hunting, and the cubs were quietly hidden in the tall grass on the banks of the Nala.
Right behind me is the reason for hope. In that long grass behind me, there are 4 tiger cubs hidden. The mother has gone on a hunt. She's left the tiger cubs behind. They're only about 6 months old and not ready to hunt with her yet, which is why she's left them here and she's gone. That's 4 tiger cubs that have survived at least up to 6 months of age in a forest that has finally been declared a tiger reserve. And because it's been declared a tiger reserve since last year, the area has received protection. It has manpower. There are people monitoring these tigers, and these 4 cubs have a definite future ahead of them because they have a place like this where they're protected.
The cubs are roughly about 7 months old and will stay with their mother for at least another 13 months. With 4 cubs, the tigress here has her work cut out for her. Usually the survival rate of cubs is never 100%. On average, if a tigress has 3 cubs, 2 survive. For more than 2 tiger cubs to survive, many factors have to come into play. For one, the prey base has to be plentiful so that the mother does not have to go too far to make kills or even go for days without making a kill. The more she eats, the more healthy she is, the more milk she has for the cubs. When the cubs become old enough to eat meat, which they do at about 7 to 8 months, then she has to share her kills with them and still eat enough to have energy to make more kills. The mother then also teaches her cubs how to kill, and once the cubs get to about 12 months old, they can help their mother kill, and by the time they're about 15 months old, they're usually capable of making their own kills. All of these skills are tough skills to pick up, risky for both mum and cubs, and the successful survival of 4 cubs to adulthood is a fact for huge celebration, and only possible when not only is the forest rich enough to provide the food, but lush enough to hide and protect the cubs when they're still small, and most crucially, their father stays the dominant male while they're still growing up, and then they start to disperse to find their own territories. This means protection which stops poaching from coming in and taking out the dominant male, and it means minimizing conflict with humans, whether due to cattle kills or encroachment. Right now, with 5 cubs in the reserve, the forest department is taking no chances. Previous cubs born here have dispersed successfully, and now with increasing the sanctuary size, it is hoped that these cubs too have a fighting chance. Led by the able field director of Bor, Mr. Reddy, a dedicated team of forest officers and guards here are determined to make that happen.
There is good advantage this making this Bor as a tiger reserve. We can add buffer to this area because this present area has been declared as the core area. In addition to that, making a area tiger reserve, we get good amount of funding from centrally sponsored schemes from NTCA. This is one more important thing. And making a tiger reserve has one more advantage that to denotify it, this tiger reserve, one has to go to Honorable Supreme Court.
As all tiger forests, Bor too is a catchment area with hundreds of streams and small water bodies that eventually pour into the Bor drainage basin. The Bor Dam provides water to most of this area, and without these jungles and the tigers in these jungles, this would become one more area in a Vidarbha where farmers still struggle for water. Only 5 square kilometers of this park is open to tourism right now. That is less than 5% of the total area of the reserve. The hope is to create a viable green tourism that will help educate the people about the importance of tigers and wildlife conservation while providing benefits for the local communities.
My main responsibility is to manage this habitat and also protect the wildlife in this tiger reserves and sanctuaries. This is one of my major duty. While doing this, foremost important is the getting along with the communities which are living around this tiger reserve, which is also one of the important factor. And next comes we here in Maharashtra consider ecotourism as a conservation tool. So ecotourism in a regulated way is also one of our main responsibility.
The increase in size of the sanctuary also means greater connectivity between the various protected areas of the Vidarbha landscape. Tigers, being territorial animals, disperse across available landscapes in order to establish individual territories. It is in this dispersal often that we lose our tigers. Within protected areas, established tigers will always thrive. It is the population that moves around that is in greatest danger. Outside of the protected areas and buffer zones, there is no mandate to protect the animals, except that the animal itself as a Schedule I species is protected by law. But there is no physical patrolling or presence of forest departments. The more fragmented the forest by highways, mining, canals and villages, the greater chance of the tigers coming into conflict with people.
With the present prey density which is available in Bor Tiger Reserve, right now we are having one adult male and 2 females and 5 cubs. Many number of tigers are already taken care of by the prey density which is presently here. But when this number increases, they may even move to other areas.